Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family, and today I'll be talking about Meghan's photo opportunities with the stars, which was actually just photobombs and outright blatant pushiness. Also the fact that she has now managed to not just get to the Invictus Games, but also to make her speech. The photo of her with Kelly and Kerry, you can see very clearly that she is behind them on her phone, appearing to be taking selfies. And in the next photo, she's right in there with them. She apparently made it difficult for everyone, whereby she just pushed in to have her photo taken with the stars, most of whom were quite taken aback by Meghan's boldness and cheek, even though they appear to be going along with it in the photos. I think they were caught unawares and didn't have an opportunity to maybe refuse because it wouldn't make them look good. And what reason would they give? Despite her being seen in many photos as if she's rubbing shoulders and getting along with these people, she apparently got kicked out of the VIP box by the CEO of Netflix. His back was turned for a few seconds, and the next thing he saw was Meghan having wormed her way in and sat down as if she was supposed to be there. This is very reminiscent of when she did the same at Wimbledon before she was with Harry. She was sitting with Harry's friends in the VIP box, having gone there under the pretext of being an actress from Hollywood and promoting a certain brand. She blagged her way in and was sitting just several seats away from Cressida. She's not on great terms with these people, but she is clever enough to get her photo taken near them. Do you also remember the time when she was trying to slither her way in behind the Queen on the balcony? Because she knows full well that all she needs is one picture, and it's enough to make it look as if she's more important than she is. But the royals did get wise to her in this respect. Now she's gatecrashed the Invictus Games to the point where she even gave a speech, which she was not supposed to do. Even Harry was not supposed to. But Meghan definitely was not. Now I hear that people are asking for refunds. They really wanted to have a choice in whether to attend if Meghan was going to be there. Her speech was the usual word salad and all about me, and I. So it seems as though something's going on, that maybe there are some people there that really did want to see her, but maybe they were in the minority. There were a large number of people that were refusing to go if she was going to be there. She was appearing to hug people extremely tightly, embarrassingly so, and Harry was over the top with his hugs. The worst thing was him kissing the top of a man's head, holding his head in a vice-like grip so that he couldn't get away, kissing the top of his head in such a patronising fashion. I heard there were people that wanted to just walk out there and then, but didn't want to let down the true heroes of the event. Seems like Harry and Meghan used this as a way to get away with what they wanted. I still cannot believe that Meghan was even there, let alone giving a speech. Totally unbelievable. There are several possible reasons why this happened. Maybe her usual stubbornness, whereby knowing that everybody was so pleased, or reading about everybody being so pleased and relieved that she wasn't going, so she decides to go. And maybe Harry being pleased that she's not there, or maybe not, because there's so many mixed messages. The media are trying to portray Harry as being totally lost without Meghan when he's without her, that he doesn't know what to do. He really needs her with him. And yet we see him looking miserable every time he's with Meghan, every event, and yet looking really relaxed and really happy when he's not with her. Or is it that he just needs a friend? So maybe he really doesn't like being on his own. Maybe he is lost in that way. I think there's more going on here. I think that Meghan likes to put out things and do the total opposite. We know this now. Meghan will say she's going to do something and then not do it, or do something totally different. Not just to keep in the news, but to keep everybody on their toes, to keep everybody guessing. And either she put out the news about being taken off the list or having been put on it in the first place. Who knows? There's so much going on. I do know that they did not want her to, that there were people that were going to not go if Meghan was going to be there. And these people now want a refund because they feel that they were lied to. So how did she get in there? How did she get beyond security? Did she just blag her way in again? And then they didn't want to lose face and they didn't want to ruin it for everybody else. Think about what she did at the Windsor walkabout. She was not meant to be there. A lot of people were surprised and they thought that it was a reconciliation, that William and Catherine were reconciling and using that as a reason to. Not at all. It was the most difficult thing that Catherine had ever done. And not because they had invited them, but because that they were there and they were doing it. They apparently were going to do their own walkabout. William said no. And then they decided to sort of invite them to make it look as though it was not Harry and Meghan off on their own, doing their own thing. And she was not supposed to be there at all. She turned up smelling of alcohol. And it was then that Catherine was so angry about this. And this is why there was the tension. So we see Meghan managing to manipulate her way into something as important as the walkabout after the Queen's death. And could the same thing have happened here with Invictus? Meghan shows up. They don't want her there. But what can they do? She's going to walk on and do what she wants. So all she had to do was to convince people at the door that she was meant to be there. And with all the confusion that's gone on, whereby 1 minute she was on the programme to make a speech and then not anymore, totally dropped and wiped off the programme. So it would be easy to convince somebody that she was meant to be there because of the chaos. She's great at causing chaos, great at causing confusion. And it's an easy way to get in somewhere because what are people going to do? Start phoning around and questioning everybody else? By the time they could get the confirmation that she's not supposed to be there, she's already in. Also, during her speech, she was extremely tone deaf in that she spoke about how she does her own makeup and hair nowadays, rather than someone do it for her. When these people, a lot of them have disabilities to the extent where it becomes a big deal to get out of bed and to actually get ready to come to an event like that. It's a big deal. And it was so trivial and so petty and very, very insensitive of her to say that in that way. What else was noticed by a few people who are now saying that Meghan not only looked very, very thin, her face looked like it was made of wax. Very interesting. And that also she was smelling strongly of cigarettes and perfume. So just things that people noticed that were close to her. So let me have your thoughts and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.